You know, working out when you're on the road isn't easy. In fact, it's a downright challenge. Well, today I'm going to begin rolling back the curtain a little bit, showing you what I do when we're traveling, and maybe help inspire you to either start working out or maybe change up your routine a little bit. So join me after the intro and let's get to it. Hi, I'm Gary with Blazing New Trails, and thanks for tuning in. I guess where I'm going to start today is with the abdominals. And you know, your core region is central to your entire body. And what I have learned in the years that I've been working out, if you don't have a strong core, you don't have a strong back. And we all know what it feels like when our back is hurting. So I kind of let myself go through COVID, and also during that time I had 2 knee replacement surgeries. It was something that was always on my mind because leading up to COVID, I've typically had a pretty strong core, and I've been very diligent about exercising it and keeping it strong. But I just, for some reason, I just lost it, I guess. I got out of a routine, and so many times that's what it is. It's a routine. And so I think too, one of the things that held me up a little bit is I've always found that in those early weeks when you get back to working the core, it hurts, and it's one of those aches and pains that I just really hate feeling. So that was another thing that, you know, I just kept putting it off and whatnot. So I am really partial to Tony Horton's P90X Ab Ripper X. I kind of added a couple different moves, so to speak, because I really like them and really what they did for me. But the other thing that I've adopted, I used to be one that I counted my reps, and I've changed that up a little bit. So now what I do is I've downloaded an interval timer and I use that. So basically I've got so much time that I'm working, and then there's another segment where there's so much time that's designated for rest. And that really seems to work out pretty well for me. And the other thing too, you know, when it comes to running and cycling, I'm not really a very self-conscious person when others are around me and seeing me work out and whatnot. And I don't know if that affects you or not, but when it comes to doing my core work, lifting weights around the camper, whatever it is, early on I was just really self-conscious about that. It really, I don't know what it was, but I just didn't like other people to see me working out. But I've been able to change that mindset. And what I've been able to do is I've got a playlist of music that I listen to even when I'm running or riding my bike. And I've been able to use my playlist of music to kind of drown out the activity or whatever it is that's going on around me. So basically what I will do is I'll get my timer set up, but then I will also start playing my music. And once I start to focus in on the music and that first rep that's coming up, that seems to help me block out everything that's going on around me. So a couple of the accessories I travel with, one is an exercise mat. It's really kind of a very cushy exercise mat. And then there's also a kettlebell. We'll talk about the kettlebell here in just a little bit. It helps me out with a couple of the different moves. Where I like to start first is with a movement called crunchy frog. And as you see in the video, there's really not much to it. After the crunchy frog, you've got the ins and the outs, and you see me with my arms as support. Bicycles are next. Fourth exercise in the routine, it's the leg up crunches. And this is about this time I'm starting to feel it. So next is Russian twists, and here's where I like to use the kettlebell. The one move that you can do is, instead of the kettlebell, you can clench your fist and go side to side with your fist. So after that is a reverse bicycle, and I'll tell you, by this time this is the sixth exercise, and I'm really starting to feel it. So number 7 is the hip thrust. So watch how this exercise is done. Basically, you're putting your legs together, tapping the ground in front of you, and then you're reaching up as high as you can. After that is heels to the heavens, and that's basically stretching, putting your legs, reaching straight up. Hopefully you're hanging with it, but this is really starting to get tough as we get into the final exercises. The 9th exercise is the V-up roll-up. Basically kind of coming up, touching your toes, and then as you're leaning back, lifting your legs up, and then reaching up and touching your toes. Finally, it's the reverse crunch. And this is another new one that I've added, and by this time it's really hurting. And this is where I've used the kettlebell, because I'll reach back and kind of use that as support to get it done. So I wanted to do this outside today. As luck would have it, a storm is rolling in, so I need to finish up real fast. A lot of you are probably happy about that. But anyway, what I'll say is, if you need rest breaks, take them as you need them. Trust me, you will get stronger as you start to do this. Don't do an ab workout every day. So you can work on your abs. You can do this twice a week, and that's really all you need. So know that it's going to be hard from start to finish, but as you start to get better at it, as you stick with it, it will get easier. I hope maybe this has been something that you can learn from, maybe something that you can benefit in adopting in your routine. Don't worry about the distractions around you, just worry about what it is you need to get done. Focus on that. So thanks again. Appreciate if you would subscribe. Wow. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. And with this, the rain is really starting to pick up, and I need to get to the car. So bye for now, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.